Welcome back to the Shelf Sisters. Happy December.
Happy December and welcome to our holiday bookish episode.
Our holiday extravaganza where we have literally the longest list of Christmas book recommendations for you. I'm so excited.
I'm thrilled. And also, if you're not watching on YouTube, what are you doing? We did promise a new backdrop. For the last 3 episodes, I think.
We apologize. Thank you so much for your patience. We still do not have it up. I'm crossing my fingers for next time, but honestly, I don't even want to promise that.
I don't want to jinx it at this point
I think something is going to come up again. I don't know why we have to have a full-on meeting for just wallpaper, but the gods are not in our favor for this studio, but we're working on it. Okay,
we are working on it, but what we lack in wallpaper, we've made up in our Christmas PJs.
Yes, I am wearing my Christmas pajamas that I got from Victoria's Secret. And if you're not watching on YouTube, they have 4 different Christmas patterns on them. And it's a little crazy.
No, I'm obsessed. Saanya walks out of her car and is like, I need Christmas PJs. Now I am jealous. I need a full-blown theme.
I'm looking at your sleeper pajamas and I'm like, I need those. Sehrish is on a whole different wavelength than I am.
We didn't coordinate the themes for today.
I'm kitschy. Sehrish is fabulous.
And I'm going to take it, but if you're not on YouTube, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's the feather pajamas from Sleeper, and they're like a cream woven type of material. I'm obsessed with these. I've had these for a year now, have yet to actually wear them out anywhere or even in my home while hosting, but now I'm going to because I'm obsessed. But what a first time to wear them than on the pod.
You look fabulous. And I feel like a piece of garbage next to you. So.
No, you feel like Christmas and happiness next to me.
I do.
And your bow earrings.
I know. I'm so, at least I'm a little bit
You're glitzy
in the fabulousness,
in your earrings.
Arena. Yeah, I do have some Chanel bow earrings on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get on your level today. It's really not happening, but whatever. We're
very excited.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, we also have a bow and reindeer. So we really tried to play up the Christmas theme without our wallpaper. So again,
I know we need to stop mentioning this wallpaper. We're done with this wallpaper. We had people come look at my walls to see if they can install it, and it's not happening. So we need to figure out another game plan. But it's okay. Right now, we're not going to mention it because I don't want anything else to be jinxed in the studio space.
We're just bringing it upon ourselves because I'm sure no one else cares as much as we do. And we're just we're so sorry. And they're shut up, we don't care. Yeah.
But again, we're not lacking in our holiday theme with our PJs and our little coupes with sparkling water. So cheers to that, Saanya.
Cheers.
Cheers to holiday bookish.
Cheers to holiday cheer. I am so ready. I feel like we should go through the episode and what we're going to be talking about because it's a really great one. So first we're going to announce our December book of the month pick, and then we're going to go into our long list of Christmas recommendations.
Saanya worked so hard on this long list, and I actually took a recommendation from that and added it to my TBR.
I'm so excited to talk about it. And then we're going to go into our Christmas/rest of the year TBR. We literally only have 2 weeks left. So whatever is on your list, Sehrish, to read, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
And then the last thing is our top personal reads of 2024. So this is not the books that we picked for Shelf Sisters. It's just our personal books that we read throughout the year. And I'm so excited to hear what yours are because we didn't share this.
We did not exchange this information at all.
And so I am really looking forward to seeing maybe we'll have the same books on our list.
I wonder.
Because we always, pass our recommendations.
Exactly. I think there's one that we have on our list. So we're going to see at the end of the episode.
We're going to hear it.
Yeah.
Yes. But first, let's announce our December book of the month. Are you ready?
If you've been following us along on Instagram, you already know what it is. We announced it earlier this week. But if you haven't been, Saanya, do you want to give them an update?
Yes. It's called The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. And Sehrish, do you want to do your rendition?
When she first sent me this book, I was like, wait, oh, I can't even read the title. I have to sing the title.
Yeah, no, it's really cute. And then her second thought was like this cartoon cover, really. But I just want to say, for the personal reads, like if you saw that, you wouldn't think a certain way. But just because of the book club, you know that we need a certain type of book for it. And the cartoon cover does throw you off a little bit.
It does. But I think what we've talked about when starting Shelf Sisters was that I cannot be judging books by their covers. So this is me giving it a shot. And I think we're excited because it's been all over Book Talk, all over Instagram Talk.
It has been going a little bit viral. Obviously not like it ends with us. Yeah. But we have been seeing it everywhere. And whenever we posted it, 2 of our followers commented saying that they already read it and that it was a 5-star read for them. Yes. So that's just making me even more excited to start this book.
And they're actually like bookstagrammers, so they know what they're talking about. They're readers, yep. So we're excited. And also Allie Carter liked our post. So anytime an author just like even pings us with a like or like a message, like we're just
get so excited. And I'm sure they look at it for like 0.5 seconds. No, 1,000%. Like, oh my gosh, she loves us. No. But it was a really cute picture. It was on Serish's Kindle. She had the cover up with her Christmas tree in the background. And your tree is so beautiful.
It's not done though. It is not done.
Every time we have to take a picture for the Instagram, I'm like, can you take it in front of your tree, please?
No, it's the living room is, I would say, 90% complete at this point.
It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's very cozy up there.
For all of the listeners or like viewers, if you ever go on TikTok or Instagram and you have influencers that you follow and you see their house, and it's always an influencer house, right? Like no one actually has their house set up like that. That's literally Serish's house. Like she has an influencer house, and that's why I'm like, I need you to influence in your living room, please, because my apartment doesn't look like this. So I need you to do that work.
Yes, I will try harder to do that. But no, the living room is 90% done. The tree is up, but I think this week I'm going to like fully go all out. So once that happens, you guys, you don't know what's coming.
You don't know what's coming. And I'm still not done with my tree either, which is so upsetting.
It's so upsetting.
I just get so tired. But I do have to say the tree in itself is so beautiful that it's already so nice to look at. And I didn't even tell you, but I bought a new tree this year.
What?
And so I told my husband, November 1st, I need this shit up. I cannot do that. I cannot have it up late this year. I was so strict. And that was like my buffer. You know, if I had it up by November 15th, like I would have been fine. Mm-hmm. When I tell you, it was a month-long process and it was electrical faultiness in the tree, and Shaquille worked on it, I want to say for 10 hours. Like he really tried to fix it because I was very much like, we're not spending not thousands, hundreds of dollars on
another tree, which you're not going to use.
Yeah, because next year we're going to get a whole new tree. Yeah, for the house. So it didn't end up working. We had to get a new tree anyway. So I've just been admiring the new one. So it's okay. Like I'm fine. But
both of our trees are going to be up till I would say at least January 15th. Do not judge us. We just need extra happiness. And I don't care. Our trees went up late this year.
Yeah.
So they're staying on for 2 weeks later. But also, Saanya, don't feel bad. You can use that tree for your room next year.
That's the plan. That was already the plan.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it.
No.
I just really... I try to be good with money, and it just turns out the opposite for me. You know, I can never actually go through with my plans.
It's okay. It's the intent.
Yeah,
the intent
I'll tell the bank that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's our December book club pick, and we hope you read along with us. I think because the other books that, you know, we've chosen are a little bit more like either literary or pretty long. Mm-hmm. God of the Woods was 500 pages or something?
600, I think, and 12 hours on your Kindle.
So it's a little bit intimidating, but this one, I want to say it's 301 pages or something. So
wait, let me tell you right now what my time is like calculated at. But yeah.
I don't think it should be more than a few hours.
No, I don't think so at all.
And the description sounds very good. It's a mystery, which, you know, we love. I've really not been liking the romance Christmas reads this year, which
I don't know what is happening, but I think my book says that it's only 50 minutes long on my Kindle.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
No, it has to be, right?
No, because I looked up the pages.
Okay, got it. But truly, it's the most wonderful time of the year, and this book hopefully will be the most wonderful crime of the year.
So cute. I honestly really wanted to read a mystery plus Christmas book this season because the romances are not hitting. And when I saw this book going viral, it just looks so cute, and the description sounds really interesting.
Yeah, a romance crime. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
So hopefully you'll read along with us. And then the next on our list, you guys,
is Sanya's long list of Christmas recommendations.
Yes.
I'm sat, Saanya. Let's go through it.
And okay, I just want to say, I worked hard on this list because anytime you Google Christmas book recommendations, or you go on Instagram or Book Talk, they really have the same, I want to say like 3 to 5 books in rotation. And if you're an avid reader or just love Christmas books, you finish those within a few weeks, and then you're looking at the same list like, okay, I need something else. So that's a spot I hit last year, and I really had to go digging for my own book. So this is for the people that have already read, the top Christmas recommendations that are already out there. And this is going into the weeds a little bit, a lot of it. Yeah. And, they're all approved by me. And I split up the list. Okay. So depending on what kind of reader you are, I have 2 different lists. One is a wholesome, non-spicy, or if it has spice, it's like very little Christmas reads. And then the other one is like spicy / more adult. It's just a little bit more serious and has like more serious things going on. Whereas the wholesome ones, the problems are really silly and it's not going to get your heart beat up, And okay, so I'm going to start with the wholesome / non-spicy Christmas recommendations.
Yes.
Okay. So this first book is on a lot of the lists, but I haven't been seeing it on the list this year in case that's all the ones that you're looking at. So I just wanted to mention it.
Also, do you think this year it's been a little bit like quieter in terms of Christmas recommendations?
Yeah.
I've noticed that like my TikTok is not feeding me that content.
Yeah. And I will say the books that I have seen, I have started and tried and DNF'd a lot of them because they're not great. And even the ones that I finished weren't great. I just kept going because I
there's
don't
nothing
have any
else
other
to read.
Christmas reads.
No, and I think that's why you curating this list is even more important because Christmas books, I'm sorry, but sometimes they're so cheesy that you have to DNF them. So at least with this list, I can trust.
Yes,
but
I just want to say some, and I'll tell you which ones are cheesy. So this first one is like, I don't want to say cheesy, but it's like I said, wholesome. Like the problems in the book aren't, gonna make or break you. Yeah, it's just silly. Like Christmas vibes all around. So it's called The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. And it's a woman that just, isn't having a lot of luck in the dating arena and decides to do, I think the town sets it up and it's just like 12 blind dates essentially.
Cute.
And yeah, it was just cute, like a really quick read. This is one of the first Christmas books that I ever read.
That's also important to note.
Yes, but I remember I enjoyed it. But yeah, just remember this is on the cheesier side. Okay, the next one is Mistletoe and Mr. Right by Sarah Morgenthaler. And I want to say, so this is her Christmas book. And then she had one other book or 2 other books come out after this, which I read and really enjoyed. And I just remember I really liked her writing
because is there banter and
I wouldn't say the banter. It was the story, and I remember just it being really heartwarming. So the guy is more so of like an outdoorsy man situation, and the girl helps her dad build hotels, and she's building a hotel in his like small Christmas
I've heard of
town.
this, Saanya.
It was really cute. I really liked it. And this author actually has, and this book is on my Christmas TBR, but this author, Sarah Morgenthaler, she came out with a new Christmas book, which I'm going to read this holiday season. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, the town is really cute. It's, you know what it reminded me of? You know, like whenever we go skiing, there's like ski villages and stuff. It reminded me of that.
Oh, yeah. I love.
So it was really cute. And then the next one is Every Day in December by Kitty Wilson. And this book, so I weirdly like this sort of book where, you know, there's no crazy plot. It's like their day-to-day thing that's going on. And so these two people, it is a romance, and I can't remember how they meet, but they just end up like spending every day together. Like they have their own days, and then they end up like randomly meeting or something. Okay. And it just is like very like slow and gradual. Okay. And so that's why it's like wholesome, not spicy. I just remember like a warm, fuzzy feeling while reading it. Okay. So it's that sort of book if you're into that. And then the next one is We Met in December by Rosie Curtis. And this book, so let me just say, once you have read romances for too long, they kind of start to get stale, right?
Or you just don't remember what plot went with which book. It was just, everything is mixed up, jumbled up together.
And it's kind of the same thing. Yeah. Girl meets boy, boy meets girl. They fall in love. There's a problem at the 80% mark.
And there's a tree somewhere in the middle.
Like, happy ever after. Yeah. You know, that's how it goes. So once that happens, you need a little bit of like angst. Oh, okay. In my opinion. Okay. And I kind of like that, where it doesn't go smoothly. And, you know, the guy doesn't love the girl that much. And this book, I remember reading it and I was like, excuse me? It was actually like kind of crazy that these people ended up together.
Because the guy's not obsessed? Like that doesn't happen. No.
Yeah, he wasn't obsessed.
No.
But it's, if you like angst, which I know a lot of people do, it's like weirdly like a non-spicy angst. But I really enjoyed it because after reading like 50 Christmas romance books, this one just made me pause and I was so confused. It was like cute most of the time, but whenever those scenes would happen, it just would like snap you out of like the coziness of it. It does have, they call it like an HEA, happily ever after. Okay. But yeah, there's some turmoil in there, you know? Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes you need those to spice up a little bit.
You need a little bit of angst.
I agree.
Okay. So the next one is Snowflakes and Secrets in the Scottish Highlands by Donna Ashcroft. Now,
okay. Can I just say the names of these books?
I think all of them have been normal until this one.
Okay.
And I understand this one, you know?
Are there snowflakes on the cover?
I'm sure. So this one, I have mentioned Donna Ashcroft like so many times, okay? And she is like, I just want to prepare everyone who takes my recommendation and reads one of her books. This is not Emily Henry, okay? This is not Tessa Bailey. Like, I need the expectations to probably like come down, you know, 2 notches. But it's her books. I'll start them, and I'm always like, this is too cheesy. Like, it's not for me. And I always stop it at some point. Like this current book that I'm reading of hers, I stopped it at 5% and picked up another book because I was like, oh, I can't. Okay. The other ones, I stopped it at 12, 18%. And I always go back, and I'm always happy I went back. So now I know. Once I start a Donna Ashcroft book, like I know I'm not going to like it at first. I pull back, I start something else, don't like it, I go back to it, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I love you. Thank you, Donna. And Sehrish is like, what the hell is going on? But
I love this because when Saanya gives me Christmas recommendations, this is exactly what it sounds like. You may hate it at first. Give it 10%. Give it your 2 hours. And then let's discuss.
Then you're going to love it.
No. Okay. If you were on YouTube, I don't know what we're doing with our hands right there. But that's exactly how that goes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just have to explain, right?
No, I agree.
I don't want
the context is helpful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So this one, you know what? Like, I'm pretty sure I know what this one is about, but before I do, I just want to confirm it on Goodreads. So if I am correct, this one is, okay, it's going to sound like really dumb, okay? But let me see.
Listen, the holidays are just about the cozy vibes, a little bit of fluff, a little bit of happiness. Like, that's all we need. We really don't need a lot of substance at the last 2 weeks of the year. We're all just trying to relax, Saanya.
Yes. Okay. This is what I was thinking.
Oh, I see your smile right there.
Again, I just want to mention the words non-spicy, wholesome. Okay? Keep that in mind. So, and her books, it's always a small town and there's like a quirkiness to them. Like each town does something for the holidays. So this town in this book, again, Snowflakes and Secrets in the Scottish Highlands by Donna Ashcroft. So in this town, there is a secret Santa. And every year it's like whoever, does good in the community or something, like they get a gift, but like no one knows who it is.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And so this girl goes to this town because I think she's grieving or something. And turns out her aunt is like the secret Santa, but she's not able to do it this year. So this girl has to take over. So in the book, she has no idea who these people are. She just got into town, but she has to, like meet them, talk to them, hang out with them to see who is going to get like the gifts and match them up with like the notes that her aunt sent her. And she has like instructions and stuff. Okay. And there is a romance along the way. There's like animals, I think, that she has to take care of or something. But it was just really cute. And that's that on that. Okay, like
that's it. Yeah.
If that's your vibe, then I'm so excited for you to read this book. And if it's not, just like I'm getting to the spicy. Okay, just please hang on, guys. 2 more in this list.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The Christmas Project by Maxine Mori. I love this book. This was another book that was like a day-to-day explanation, and there was a running plot. So it's this girl, she's an organizer professionally, and I loved her outfits in this book. It would be a snowstorm like galore, okay, like you cannot walk, and she's wearing 4-inch high-heeled boots in the snow walking to the train station.
Girl after my own heart.
Love it. She was so chic, and she went to go organize this guy's house. I think he went through a divorce or something. I don't know. And so she was organizing his house, and within that process, it's a happily ever after, but it's just like a day-to-day thing. Like she shows up every day. They do a new room. Yeah. So it's like a slow-paced, gradual, slow burn sort of book.
I feel like you recommended this to me last year and I did not read it, but I may add it to my TBR this year.
I did.
I like it. I like a day-to-day.
Yes.
And I'm liking her vibe, so I will go with that, I think.
Yes. And then this next book is the perfect crossover, I want to say. So the last book of, this list, but it might go into the spicy list. I honestly can't remember if there's spice in here. If there is, it's minimal. So it's called Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. And these two people, they meet every year at the airport to go home. Okay. And so they're like on the plane ride together. And it's like, a 12-hour plane ride or something. But they'll meet early, get drinks together. And it happened one year. It happened the second year. And they just like made it a tradition.
And they're randoms. They're random people, or they know each other. Okay.
They kind of knew each other and then like saw each other on the plane, and that's how it. And then you find out in the book like how they knew each other. which was like a funny story. And then they did this for 10 years, I want to say. And they would go home together for the holidays, and it's in different areas, but the towns are like kind of close. And so one year, I think on the 10th or 11th year, there's a whole snowstorm and all the flights got canceled. And the guy loves the holidays, loves his family, is so excited to go home every year. The girl doesn't care as much. Like, she doesn't really want to go home. Right. And she was like, I'm going to make it my mission to get you home because you love it so much. Okay. And cute. That's, what happens. They do make it home. Spoiler alert. And,
No spoilers, Saanya. Okay.
And yeah, it's really cute. This one is a little bit different than like the previous ones I mentioned. The writing is a little bit more like grown up, I would say. I don't know, good. But I really enjoyed it. It's like a different plot. Yeah. And, once you learn the story of how they knew each other, why they kept meeting up, and just, it's really cute. I really liked it. I like it. Yeah, I think you should add it to your
There's so TBR. Many. I'm going to be listening back to this episode and being like, oh, this is...
We'll include this in the description. So if you just like don't want to take notes, we probably should have said this at the beginning. If you don't want to take notes, don't worry. We'll have this in the description.
It'll be in the show notes for sure.
Yes. Okay, now on to the spicy, more adult Christmas reads. Ready?
But also, I would say your spice level is not up to other people's like 5 out of 5 spice levels. So also put that little caveat in there.
Good. Yes. Note over there. Okay, so the first one is One Day in December by Josie Silver. And you're right, I'm thinking back on this, and this like didn't have a lot of spice, but that's why I said spice / more adult, because it was just more adult,
more mature writing.
Yeah. So this one, when I tell you the description, it's like, oh my God, you need to read this one. Okay. So she doesn't believe in, love at first sight, as most people don't. It's Christmas time. She's sitting on a train going home, and she looks up and she meets eyes with this stranger, falls completely in love, spends the next year like searching for him, can't find him. She has this best friend / roommate, and one day they have a party, and her boyfriend or her roommate keeps talking about her new boyfriend, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
She was like, I'm bringing my boyfriend. It's this guy that she fell in love with.
No.
And so begins an angsty Christmas holiday romance.
Love it. You just set the scene perfectly right there.
It was so good. And again, love the angst. Okay. And I literally recommend this to every single person that has not read it. If you take one book from my list, let it be that one.
Amazing. What was the title again?
One Day in December by Josie Silver.
It's already on my TBR.
And I will say, this is one of the books that goes on a lot of lists, but I do know like a lot of people around me haven't read it, so I just wanted to talk about it again and recommend it.
Love it.
Okay, next one, again, is on every single list, but like every time now that I'm talking to people, I wanted to include it because like no one's read it. Okay. So it's Holidays by Christina Lauren. I feel like I shouldn't even go into this.
Christine, if you know Christina Lauren, you know the book.
Yeah. Does have spice. I remember it being really cute.
Yeah, she has spice.
Okay, this next one is a deep cut.
Oh.
Are you ready?
For a Christmas book, okay.
Faking It Under the Mistletoe by Ashley Shepherd.
Okay.
When you look at the cover, it's like, okay. But it's really cute. It's what's the like the billionaire romances or whatever. It's like that. And she starts like working at this company, and she starts dating her boss. But it's like because he's her boss, it's kept under secret, which is why they say like faking under the mistletoe or whatever. It's really cute. I remember really liking it. After I read it, I was so shocked that no one included it on their list. I don't know why people like aren't finding it or aren't wanting to read it, but like, please try this book. It was so good. It was so cute, and it just had a really good plot.
I love it.
I think you should add this one too.
Wow, I'm literally adding like 5 TBRs right now.
I'm literally so jealous of you. Like, I wish I was receiving this list and not giving it out.
I know, but you know what you're really good at? Not judging it by its cover and just like going off of the summary, the vibes, what you're feeling at that time, and just reading it.
Yeah,
I'm too judgmental.
You really are.
I'm really
glad you know that about yourself.
So I'm self-aware. I need to fix this.
Okay, and then the last one.
Okay.
Is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. And it's about a Christmas tree farm. This girl owns it. And like, I think a reporter, someone comes and she fake dates her best friend to create a better storyline so people will come or something. I don't know. That's what I remember from it, but the vibes were great. The writer is really good. I remember just like, it's hard to find romances that have that sort of writing where it's not too cheesy. And she like really hit it out of the park. I remember. So,
Saanya, those are such great recs and a good curated list. So if you need holiday TBRs, I will be in the show notes. Everything will be on there.
Yes. And I'm going to make this into like a digestible post on Instagram. So you can look at the show notes or just go on our Instagram. I'll have it posted. And, you know, if you read them, please let me know your thoughts on whichever book that you chose and read. I really like look forward to hearing back from people.
And she will not take it personally because I give her negative feedback all the time. If I don't like something, I'm very vocal. So be as vocal as you want, you guys. She'll love it.
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay, so the next thing on our list is our Christmas / rest of the year TBR. Whether it's Christmas books or not.
We only have 2 weeks left in the year, but I think this is the time where everyone's kind of just relaxing, cozying up.
There's a lot more time to get your reading.
So much downtime just to read. And I will say my year of reading, like the goal was atrocious. Like I can't even go into how
Did you
badly,
have like a personal goal? Like
I didn't set a personal reading goal, but I need to count like how many books I read this year. It was probably the lowest that it has been in like the last 5 years, which is so sad.
My goal was 50 on Goodreads, and let me see.
I feel like that's a good goal for you.
I just finished my 43rd book, so I'm not beating it.
No,
but
you may.
I'm not, but I just want to say, even when I set the goal, I really didn't care. It was just all of these bookstagrammers that kept talking about their goal, and so
like,
every
I need
time
to set a goal.
I was like, okay, whatever. But my goal, whenever I started the year, I wanted to read more books of substance rather than just like willy-nilly, you know, books here and there.
I think you did that well this year.
I met that so hard. I kind of like girl boss too close to the sun with that, you know? I went so far in that direction where it was so hard, and it's still so hard to come back. And I'm working on it because those books take a lot out of you, and I'm kind of over it. And
so, no, this is why I tell you I need a palate cleanser after these serious books, because it takes so much out of you that you're just like, I have no more mental fortitude to kind of go through this cycle again.
After Where the Crawdads Sing was over, I said, I don't want to see a serious book like in my face for such a long time. And then we chose God of the Woods.
I know, I'm sorry.
But that one was great. But now, like, I'm fucking over it. Honestly, like, I need just chill books.
Well, you're over it, but my TBR, fully like left field from what you just discussed. But I need to read at least one more like serious book. This is historical fiction, but it's called Lady Tan's Circle of Women by Lisa C. I'm so excited. You're making a face. Like
I'm just like cracking up.
Why?
Like, I can't believe like your limited holiday time. This is what you're wanting to read.
I have other things on my list, but this I started.
It's your priority.
It is my priority read, and it's based in 15th century China, so part of the Ming Dynasty, and it's Saanya. It's about this girl Tan, who is being raised by her grandparents, and her grandmother is actually one of the only women physicians at the time in China. So it's very important for her to like educate Tan and make sure that she has kind of that life set up for her. And if she really wants to become a physician, like she will. But she's in training also with another girl with her grandmother. But she has an arranged marriage pretty early in life. And once she gets married, the mother-in-law is like, no, you're not going down the medicine path. You are actually going to be the daughter-in-law that I signed up for.
Was this all in the description? I feel like you've already read the book.
No, it was all in the description. Yep. But we see her kind of come back to medicine and just like, I'm interested to read kind of more about the dynasty and like that time period. I think I've read about books in that time period, but not China specifically. So this will be like a new avenue for me to kind of explore. I'm very excited, but this is my priority on the TBR. So guys, I have 2 weeks. I need to read this. And then I added from your list, One Day in December. I swear I thought that I had read it. And when she was going over the list, I was like, wait, I have not. So that'll be my palette cleanser from Lady Tan's Circle of Women. So perfect. Those are the 2 on my list. And honestly, if I have more time, I'll probably add more fun stuff from your list, like the last spicy one. Mm-hmm. And if not, that's okay. But those, Lady Tan is my first priority. And then One Day in December.
I will say I give myself until like the first week of January to read Christmas books. After that, I'll stop until like the next Christmas season.
Know what we should do? Until we put up our tree, we can read Christmas books.
Yeah.
That's the new threshold.
Yeah, I like that rule. Okay, so my Christmas TBR, of course, it's The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter.
That is priority, actually. Yeah, yes.
And then my current read is another Donna Ashcroft read. It's Winter Wishes in the Scottish Highlands. I think she lives in the Scottish Highlands. I think I did read that, actually. I read up on her because I was like, where is she from? Like, I'm reading so much from her. I need to know about her. But yeah, Winter Wishes by Donna Ashcroft. And again, this is a book that I stopped at like 5% because I was like, this is not for me. And then I went back and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm glad I stuck with it. There
she is again, yes.
I think I'm already at like 50%. It's going by really fast.
Love it.
And then the last one, so I mentioned this author before, Sarah Morgenthaler. Uh-huh. And the book that I was saying that she came out with this year for Christmas, it's The Christmas You Found Me. So this is on my list, and I just want to say the description does not sound like a book I would like. But because I loved the author's books before, I do want to give it a try. But the description is just like not for me. It's
You're
like
gonna have to report back.
A sick daughter, and he doesn't have the money.
No.
But let's see. I'll get the sample and figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we do personal top books of 2024?
I want to know if there's any sort of overlap between ours. Let's do it like one by one. I'll give you my like
number one.
But I think these are kind of even for me. These are even for me. I'm going to say. I'm not going. These were all 5 out of 5s, Goodreads and personal ratings.
So I think you just go first.
Okay.
And then I'll go.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Are you ready for mine?
Yes.
Drum roll with my feathers over here. Okay, one of the 3 top books of 2024 for my personal read list was None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. You guys, the roller coaster that this took me on. The title, None of This Is True, so fitting. Like every single thing that came out of the girl's mouth about her life, what was happening to her currently, about her husband, about her daughters. I could not tell you if she was lying, if she was telling the truth. Even with the end now, I still do not know what I believe to be the ending, because that's how like wild, twisted, and crazy her lies were. But this is a top book for me because it really just made me like sit down and phone level 0. Like I think I finished this in 2 sittings. Amazing. 5 out of 5.
Second one?
Okay, are you ready, Saanya?
Yeah.
This is the one that I think is on both of our lists, and it's called The Vanishing Hour by Seraphina Novaglass. Oh, she's like nodding her head.
No,
yes.
I want you to finish your list
got it.
then I can comment.
Vanishing Hour by Seraphina Novoglass. You guys know how obsessed we are with her name, but this book, obsession. Thrilling on like another level, and usually I get really creeped out by like missing girls and like books surrounding that, and I never want to start those books.
Yeah.
But Saanya gave me this recommendation, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot because you're telling me it's okay for me to read.
I think just because the situation that they were in,
we're so far removed from this sort of life that it would be fine. Such a thrilling, and the way that it was written.
God, one of my recommendations made it to your top list.
Yes, and
love that for me.
So good. The way that this was written is so perfectly done for a thriller and not cheesy and amazing. I cannot. 5 out of 5 stars. I think I've recommended this to anyone that's asked for a recommendation on thriller or anything like a little bit more serious.
I need your number 3.
You ready? Okay, you guys. The Last Flight by Julia Clark. Another Saanya recommendation.
Oh
she is freaking
my head
out
is getting bigger by the second. Wow.
No, her eyes almost popped out of her face. I cannot believe.
I'm so happy. Like, this is what I live for.
She lives for this. But The Last Flight, another book that I was on the edge of my seat. I'm pretty sure I had fists like the entire time. Like, that's how stressed I was. Or I was like holding my own hand. I don't know what was happening. The Last Flight, you guys.
I'm just so happy with myself right now because they're deep cuts. No one talks about these.
They are deep cuts, especially The Last Flight. I feel like it does not get the hype that it deserves at all. At all. Like, I have not seen it on very many lists.
Neither does Vanishing Hour.
I think I've seen it like over TikTok, over
have
Book
not
Talk.
Seen it at
really?
All. At all.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, I think these top 3, if you need serious books, like at the beginning of the year, these are it. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, The Last Flight by Julie Clark, and The Vanishing Hour by Seraphina Novoglass. Top picks, my 5 out of 5. Would not recommend enough. I'm obsessed. That was my 2024 top books.
Perfect. Okay, mine. I have a list of 4.
Okay.
Because I just like couldn't narrow it down. So the first one that I'm going to say is like a personal book, but also one that I chose for Shelf Sisters, but I'm including it because it was one that I chose personally.
Okay, got it.
Like, we didn't choose together as a book club.
Yes.
So it's Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. And I know if you're listening for the first time, I know this is like 10 years old. It's been on my list forever, and I just now read it this year. And by the way, my goal, like I said before, was to read more books of substance, but also read books that have been sitting on my TBR for way too long. Like Where the Crawdads Sing, I read Seven Husbands this year. Just a lot of books like that.
Yeah.
And so that's my top one, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. Literally obsessed, can't stop thinking about it, and I'm so happy I chose that as my Halloween book.
Okay, and I think when Saanya was going over this book as a recap for our Halloween episode, I was like, this is on my list. But you guys, the show Nobody Wants Us on Netflix ruined the ending for me. And I told Saanya, I was like, wait, that was the ending? And she was like, oh my gosh. But I think in like 5 years, I will read it again. I'll forget and I'll read it again and I won't care.
Okay, the second one, this is another book that was sitting on my list for way too long. The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah.
Classic, Saanya.
When I tell you I finished, I was bawling. And with books, I don't cry. I'm not like a really big crier anyway, but especially with books, like I'll tear up or something. Literally bawling. It was too much for me, and I was so happy Shaquille was like in the bedroom and not on the couch because he would have been like, you're psychotic. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Like, it was
you were reading on the couch and he was not there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I just, when you're so deep into a book and then you hear a cough and you're just like, please, like, I can't even deal with this. And so I was like, I know I'm about to finish this book. I need complete silence and stillness around me. Okay. The third one, The Social Climber by Amanda Pellegrino. I literally was so obsessed with this book. It was like the plot was so different than what I expected. The title, The Social Climber, it was on my list again for a very long time. The reason I didn't read it was because just listening to it, it's like, I don't want to read about a social climber. Like, that didn't sound interesting to me. It was so not that. It was unbelievable.
I didn't know we were doing top 4 because if we were doing top 4, that was going to be. But I read that so early in the year, and I think I recommended it to you, and then you were like, you had already started it or something like that. I don't know what it was. But
no,
it was because
I had started it, told you I was reading it, and you said, "Oh my God, loved it." But I didn't hear about it from you. I heard about it from someone else.
Okay. Yeah. No, so good. Yeah. So good.
And then my fourth one that I had to include was The Vanishing Hour by Seraphina Novaglass. Sehrish already described it. I will say The Last Flight, I was going to include it on there, but I was like, she's going to kill me if I have 5.
I would have.
I didn't include it, but also another reason, I was going back and forth with like the last 3, Social Climber, Vanishing Hour, The Last Flight. Mm-hmm. But The Last Flight, I can't remember like a lot of the plot, I want to say. Like, it was so good. I couldn't stop thinking about it. But now, almost a year later, I'm like finding it hard. And I remember a lot of it. Mm-hmm. I'm just finding it hard to remember like the overall theme of the book. Mm-hmm. So that's why I didn't end up putting it on my list. But on my phone, I have like a books that I've read list. It's so freaking long. And I'll put stars next to the books that were above and beyond, like incredible, obsessed. Right. And out of, I think now, like the 250 books I have on my list, I have less than 10 like
with
books
the stars,
that have stars.
And that one has a star?
That one has a star. So, and by the way, all of these do that I mentioned for 2024. Just that one, I was like, Sehrish is going to kill me. Don't fully remember. So that's why I didn't.
But I think between the both of us, we've covered all of our bases because I included Blessed Light and you included Social Climber. Yeah. That, the 2024 list, buzzing. If you need those recs, they're so stellar.
We close out, we didn't discuss this before, but I just want to ask, do you have a personal reading goal for 2025?
I don't yet.
Okay.
And
we can think about it more and talk about it in January.
In January. I think in the January bookish episode, we should both come with like our goal for 25.
Okay, perfect.
Also, that sounds so weird to say 2025.
Crazy.
Wow.
But crazy. I'm so excited. I already have my goal in mind, so that's why I mentioned it. But I'll keep it under wraps until that episode. Yeah. So the next episode, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. That episode will be coming out December 26th. Again, it's a very not intimidating book. So if you haven't read a book with us yet, I feel like this is the perfect one to start with. It's festive. It has some mystery. It has romance. Like literally, what else could you want? And you would be reading along with us and discussing it with us.
Yes. So perfect book to kind of close out Shelf Sisters for December. This is our 6th pick, I think. I cannot believe it. It's crazy. But yeah, let us know if you're reading along with us. Follow us on Instagram at Shelf Sisters Podcast and TikTok at The Shelf Sisters. Just for more bookish content and to see your girls just give updates on the books that we're reading.
Yes, and we're going to talk to you December 26th. And so since we're not going to be here for Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I think Hanukkah starts on Christmas.
On Christmas this year. How Hanukkah, fitting. Oh, I love it.
Happy anything else we didn't mention.
Happy to whatever you celebrate. We hope you enjoy it with friends and family. And until December 26th, have a good one, you guys. Talk to you later.
Bye.